What up, everybody? What up? What up? What it do? What it do? What it do? You are with your number one crew. This is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your guy JD, aka you see the name down low, OTR Mic Drop, aka the Oracle. Hey man, I'm in all white. You know I'm on my angel shit right now. You already know. Hey, let's turn up. Let's turn up. Let's turn up for the co-host with the most. Pass it to my immediate left because that's where you're looking at. Introduce yourself, Slime.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka once again Friday Night Trey, and we got a big night tonight, brother Mike Drop.
Hey man, I'm kind of feeling like we on this dynamic duo shit right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have people asking where Mr. Rent at, where Mr. Rent, man, where Mr. Rent? Hey, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna hold it down for y'all. You already know it's Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, we're gonna be giving y'all a couple updates as we see fit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, what's going on is Cody Rhodes is opening the show. You know, doing what he do. Hey, woohoo, whoa. You know, boom. But let's get to these topics, man. So first and foremost, we're gonna hit it off with WWE PLE Bash in Berlin recap. What did you think about that, man?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Honestly, I'm gonna stop saying this. 'Cause I'm gonna stop saying that it was predictable. Because damn near everything in wrestling is predictable. It's just about how you do the predictability.
Yeah.
Um, I was wrong on a few things, and we'll talk about it as we
Hmm.
continue on.
Yeah.
But I see why they did what they did for certain matches.
Hmm.
Uh, but overall, I thought it was good. I would give it a B,
Yeah.
possibly A
Yeah.
minus.
Yeah. I give it a B. Man, like I sometimes I hate being a wrestling fan critique per se because what I'm starting to notice is that I don't like stipulation matches no more unless it's like some new shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's your genuine ladder match, table match, Hell in a Cell. But like when you do shit like strap matches, I mean, it was good. I'm not throwing no shade at the strap match. It's just like I kind of critique it more because it is a stipulation match. So, um, I guess what was the first match? What was the first match?
Cody and
Cody
KO.
and Kevin, Cody and KO, pretty good for what it was. We knew Cody was gonna win. Um, you know,
It's really
I
more
said,
about the storytelling of the match.
yeah, like is KO gonna turn heel, right? And you know, he had his thoughts. He did take out Cody's knee. It was a great match between those two. Like, I definitely give it a thumbs up. Do I still think KO is gonna turn heel at some point? I do.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I like the story that they're telling because they pretty much is KO is trying his hardest not to go back to his old self, but
In order for him to win, he has to go back to his old self.
Cody is bringing that out of him
Yeah,
without even trying.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like when they were talking about like just telling his stats, man, it's been 7 years since he's held the title and 8 years since he's been a world champion.
Hmm.
Damn, that's a long ass time. And you got to think a year and a half he was fighting Roman trying to get a championship.
And how do you feel about? Because I went back and rewatched the promo
I'm
between him and
hold on,
Cody.
hold on, hold on. Let me fix what I said. Since he's held a singles championship because he did win the tag team championship with Sammy. So since he's won a singles championship. But finish what you were saying.
Yeah, I went back and rewatched the promo that he had with Cody
Hmm.
um before Bash in Berlin, and he spoke about how he hated how Triple H is the reason why he won his first Universal Championship.
Mm.
Because you remember when that happened, right?
Yeah, he flipped on Seth.
Yeah, he pedigreed Seth, threw him in the ring, and then told KO to
KO.
pin him, and KO did.
Yep,
Yo, before I continue, am I lagging to you?
a little bit.
Okay. Well,
it is working pretty decent now, but earlier it was working pretty
all
good.
right, all right, but yeah. So, and then he talked, and then they keep. I like the I like the long term storytelling as far as showing all the times he turned on people. I'm saying
Hmm.
everybody deserved it, but Kofi, which is
Yeah,
hilarious because he turned on Woods as well. So he's saying Woods deserved it, but okay.
yeah.
But I like the story they're telling. It just shows that Cody can't fully trust KO at this point. He's trying
Hmm.
to, but KO keeps doing things that make it hard for him to do so.
Right now, Solo Sikoa is coming out. He said he got next.
Yep.
I honestly like. I know I might be speaking too far into the future, but I honestly feel like Solo might win if he fights Cody.
Well,
At
Roman Reigns is not expected to be at Bad Blood,
Bad Blood, yeah,
but that doesn't mean Jimmy isn't because he's been cleared.
facts. And he might come.
So
He might come in hooded Jimmy Uso.
everybody got the hood. Drew used the hood on Monday, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, yeah. So next tag team championships. The women's tag team champions. I know I said that they weren't gonna win. We were gonna get a Berlin screw job, but Bianca and Jade did win. Do
Yeah,
you
we
think that
talked
was the right
about
move?
uh well, the former tag champions won number one contenders match, so they have their rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Which they're probably gonna lose. But yeah, I would say it was the right decision only because I think what they're gonna do is they're not ready to break them up yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what was made clear to me.
I
Now
think
I
they
have
don't want
said
to.
this. Oh, go ahead.
I think that what Triple H is trying to do is not do a Sasha Banks and Naomi. He's trying to prevent that right now. If y'all are good being a team, I'm gonna keep y'all a team. If y'all want to go your individual way and go for singles, like stardom, which Bianca has already had, I'm cool with that. I think Jade is still in the realms of learning still, right? She's still
Hmm.
learning on what it takes to be a superstar. Because I say she's a star, but she's not a superstar yet. So I think she's comfortable in where she's at teaming with Bianca. They got good chemistry. Like you said though, can't really call them a team until they come out with team theme music or together. They're two
Yeah, I've
individuals.
always said, and I can't take a tag team serious until they get a team name
Hmm.
or they at least come out together. Even if they spliced it up, because remember when MJF and Adam Cole was tagging
Yep.
and they combined their two themes?
Yep.
Like, do
Hell,
something like that.
hell, I can't even take this bloodline serious because they come out the solos music. I mean, they came out the Roman's music, but Roman had the visuals with the Usos.
True.
Like he started incorporating them into a bloodline group. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I can't take it serious right now. But
Speaking of the bloodline, side note, did you see? I sent y'all this. Did you see when they came out to that house show and they was and that intro they had was kind of nuts. The
yeah,
gorillas was going crazy, and then Jacob got in the ring and started going nuts like a Tasmanian devil.
yeah,
Like I was like, okay, if they do that,
yeah,
I like that because they started to look more legitimate. They got to start looking like some
hmm,
badasses. I
yeah,
like that. I like that. But as far as Jade and Bianca, um, not gonna lie, if one of them turned, I feel like it would have been too abrupt.
yeah,
I think that we need to start seeing, just like in everyday wrestling, when people are about to break up, we got to start seeing some cracks in the foundation.
hmm,
Now, if they lose those titles again
hmm,
and then lose the rematch for the titles, that's when we could possibly start seeing a rift.
right,
Like we could say, like I would probably, if I had to guess how it's going to go down, because I think that Bianca should be the one to turn heel. But let's say that happens. You got to start seeing Bianca. She got to start saying like some slick shit to Jade. Start side eyeing her anytime Jade tries to get the crowd pumped up or something. We need to see. We need to start seeing them do more promos in the ring, so we
Oh
start seeing the
shit.
dissension. Yeah, I see Jacob then got up on the ring.
Yeah, Kofi called out Jacob. See,
See,
Solo's about to do the same thing that Roman did to him.
hmm no, but see, the crazy thing is this. So this is the crazy thing because remember when Solo was the enforcer, what was
Hmm.
Cody's main thing that he was telling him? You're
He
not
wasn't.
ready.
Yeah.
Why? So it's looking like he already has more respect for Jacob than he does Solo when they were
Hmm.
both in the same role. But that's because
Hmm.
he saw Roman as a legitimate leader. He doesn't see Solo as a legitimate leader. That's why.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, see Cody with that little that little smile that he got. Boy, I want to smack that shit right off of him, boy. We already said it. It's not. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Cody to lose his title.
No.
Now if you put the title if you put the title on Solo, I wouldn't be mad at that either because if nothing else, Solo needs to start getting some legitimate wins. Like start having some squash matches or something.
Yeah.
He needs to start coming out on top in some of these shows.
Yeah. I'm tired of them trying to make a star, but they don't give that star stardom. You get what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like they
if you
want
want to
him to be a star.
go back to his NXT days when he had to relinquish the NXT North American Championship because he was on the main roster. But he was
Yeah.
dominant
Yeah.
for the little bit that he had it.
Hmm.
I guess they're trying to get his promo skills up,
Yeah.
but whatever. Let's not. We said we would jump in. We jumped in. We jumping back out. All right, back to
All
Bianca and Jade.
right.
Back to Bianca and Jade. So what I'm afraid of is with Bianca is I don't want people to get tired of her.
Right.
And I low key started feeling some Bianca fatigue when she was still the champion. Uh oh. So the whole tag division then came. Well, they got a triple threat against DIY
Uh,
and
a four way. It's a fatal four way. Four man tag match.
well, who's the other team?
It's the Street Profits DIY versus the Bloodline.
That's a three way then.
No,
Who's the other team? You said four.
no, I said a four-man tag match. So Street Profits and DIY are teaming up to fight the Bloodline.
Solo's not dressed to fight.
He is gonna fight. I think it's the main event tonight.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're talking about. At first, I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Okay, 8-man tag match. I got you. Main
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
there
we
it
go.
is.
8 man. I had to get my verbiage right. That's why I confused you.
It is still hilarious to me that Cody and Nick Aldis are in the same ring, but the last time we saw them in the ring together as competitors, well, the last time Nick Aldis was beating Cody, but the first time it was Cody beating Nick Aldis for the NWA Championship, and he beat him on a
True.
roll up.
Yep.
He beat him on a roll up, which was even more hilarious. We're going to talk about Cody later in the show because I have some stuff to say about Cody. But yeah, that's how I feel about the women. Is I don't want. I think Bianca needs a character change,
Hmm.
and Jade could stay the way she is for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
What was the next match? Strap match.
Yeah. Strap match. So the strap match starting before it even began gave us a little bit more pop with Drew getting the upper hand. See, I like it, but I don't like it because you look at that match. Drew was supposed to dominate, right? Drew's damn 6'5", whatever. CM Punk's what 6'2", however many pounds. It's like is CM Punk supposed to damn uh uh GTS on 4 times to win? But I did like that part. I feel like it was a good match. It was pretty good for what it was. Now let's talk about the the problems they were having with the light indicators when they were hitting the turnbuckles.
Are you a fan of the lights?
The indicator, um, I would have to say no. I'm not a fan of it.
Xander, what up, bro?
What up, bro? No, I'm not a fan of it. I think it what it does is me personally, I would try to use the damn lights as a weapon.
I did
It
like
almost like
how
it gets in the way, like because how are you supposed to do?
the PLE prophet, the matchmaker messiah, is here. Here we go. Oh yeah, Tiffany about to have her match with Bailey right now.
You say you did like what
I
When
liked
CM
how
Punk was hitting it when Drew was
yes,
hitting it? Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. At first I was okay. I like that. That's it's different.
Creative.
Um, but I kind of thought, and we're gonna talk about this with Cody. Cody get a lot of love tonight in this episode, but I kind of feel like it was it was excessive. I understand why it was excessive that he hit 4 GTSs. He was trying to add
hmm
insult to injury.
Yeah.
Um, but what I didn't understand, and this is wrestling logic, but why did the lights when it took them too long to hit the lights, they went out. But then when CM Punk was about to win, the lights stayed on. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
It was like
But
you already knew he was gonna win at that point.
because
Yeah.
when they were both up fighting for it, the lights went out after like a few seconds, like
Yeah.
15 to 20 seconds. If they didn't hit one,
And
it
I'm
went
like,
away, which
damn,
I
dude.
like.
I'm like, is the dude that's supposed to be clicking the light? Like, is he not paying attention?
Yeah, but I guess it's because if they reset them like that match won't go on forever. That's probably
Yeah.
why. But
Facts.
if he hit him with that many GTSs, you can make a legit as to why Drew didn't get up and he was able to hit all 4 turnbuckles.
Right. Yeah.
There's a way to
Exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that it was, but overall, I thought this match was definitely better than their first match with Seth being the referee.
Oh yeah.
This match was better. Now we both said, I think it mainly was you though, said that this feud was going to end with whoever if when Punk got the bracelet back. You
Did I
said
say that?
you
I
did.
said it
You said yeah,
should. I said it
yeah.
should. But we saw what happened on Raw.
All right. Uh, but I was so yeah, I was cool with. I thought it was hilarious how Punk is kissing the bracelet after it was just hugging Drew's nuts the entire match.
I
That
ain't
was
lying.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I agree, Zandel. Hell in a Cell is where it should end,
Yeah.
and I think that's what we're getting. The shit that really let me know that it wasn't. Well, we knew it wasn't over, but when Punk was like, "I'm done with Drew McIntyre," Gunther, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, sucker.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah. It's not over. It's not that easy.
And Punk is smart enough to know that. I don't know why he thought that it would be different.
Yeah.
But
And
this is the
literally.
same Punk. This is the same Punk that after he let himself clearly get too emotional and hit Seth Rollins, which cost him the match, acted like it never
Mm-hmm.
happened. Just
Yeah.
acted like it never happened. So he's been delusional throughout this entire. He's been delusional throughout this entire feud.
I would love 3 stages of hell.
When's the last time they did that?
Bro, it's been so long since we had a 3 stages of hell. Like
Was the last one Triple H and Austin or Triple H and Cactus
Randy
Jack?
Orton.
Randy Orton. Xander, you the Messiah. Let us know because I can't
I
remember it.
do remember it was
I feel like
like
looking it up.
because basically you have for those who don't know what 3 stages of hell match is
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to fight in 3 different type of matches. So you got Your first match could be a regular match. Whoever wins that, you go on to the next one, which it has a different type of stipulation, where it can be, a tables match, ladder match, whatever. And then if it's split down, it's a draw going into the third match. The third match is either a steel cage or Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
But WCW used to wear that shit out.
boy, I feel like the whole 3 stages of hell was all in a cell.
Yeah.
But all right,
Let's see. Three stages of hell.
yeah, find out when the last one was.
So the first one was Triple H versus Stone Cold. So that's where you got that one from.
Okay, okay,
The
I
last
remember that one.
one, the last one. Okay, so the last one that we probably for like a WWE match was John Cena versus Ryback,
Ew.
and then but the most recent one was um Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole.
Oh, okay, I like that.
So WWE has only had five.
Okay,
Yeah,
I could have
and
sworn
their
Triple H
match
was Triple
was,
H was Triple H and Cactus Jack one of those.
I believe so. Hold on, my shit won't move no more. Yeah, I'm looking. I think it was December 15th, 2002. Hold on, I gotta look it up again. But yeah, I believe so. I think it was the second one.
My bad, y'all. I got people texting me. Our third co-host may be joining us.
Word. I hope my
Yep.
damn. I hope my bro. What gargantuan?
But all right. Let's move on to the next match. The mixed tag match.
hmm
How'd you feel?
Oh man, good. I like it. The main thing that popped out for me was first we said exactly what was gonna happen. Um,
The Twins were gonna win?
as far as you actually,
I picked the Twins. I didn't
yeah,
want
we
to,
did
but I
say the
did.
Twins were gonna win. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, oh
Did you
no.
think they would dominate the way
Oh,
they did?
at the beginning, yeah, but then I knew it was like when I saw that Dom was actually starting to get his leaks in and stuff like that. I was like, I bet that makes it more interesting. I'm just glad it wasn't a total squash. We knew that Judgment Day was going to get involved and everything like that, so it was definitely good. I was glad to see Rhea actually put a move on Dom during the match.
You recognize what that move was though, right?
What
The choke in the corner,
Oh yeah.
the one that she did before he joined Judgment Day.
Same one.
See,
Yep.
I like the. I'm invested
The
in this story
storytelling, man. Yeah.
because of the storytelling. Notice when she said you chose her, and he emphatically, defiantly said, "Yeah, I did."
hmm
But when the SummerSlam match, Liv asked the same question, and he said, "That's my mommy." He didn't say, "Yeah, I chose her." You gotta. It's a storyline,
Right.
and um, it also, if you notice how anytime when Liv was getting rocked, he was like, "You okay? You will this and that." He said, "Fuck the match."
hmm
So I was like, okay, I see what they're telling here. I see what they're telling here. They're pretty
Yeah.
much they're having him show that he cares for Liv more than he ever did Rhea,
hmm
which is the point of the whole story.
Yeah.
And we'll get into it later based off of what happened on Monday. But overall, I thought that the match was really good. I'm really over them making Priest look like damn 2000 fucking 3 Brock Lesnar where he no sells everything.
No sells everything.
No sells.
No.
Rhea does. Rhea does too. Like they both no sell everything.
Yeah, but she sells better than
She
he
sells
does.
more.
Yeah, like
She's selling on one woman, and
it's
Priest is getting attacked by four dudes. It isn't selling a thing.
and then just abruptly does the whole giant breakthrough like he's Braun Strowman or Big Show, and like it's more like if somebody hits him, it aggravates him rather than him
I
actually
guess
being
I
hurt.
guess the way that you can tell it is that he is so blinded and fueled by rage, he's not feeling the attacks right now.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be the only way to quantify him no selling literally
And
every single
I,
move.
I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really bother me that much. With it, really all depends on the competitors that he's going against. Like he sold against Gunther, he'll sell against Randy, he'll sell against Seth. Like
I'm
people
talking
who
about
are like,
just specifically with the Judgment Day,
yeah, with the Judgment Day is just like he's probably the only person that I could really see him selling is against Finn.
and they've been protecting Finn because
Yeah,
they're waiting for the one-on-one match for that.
yeah.
Also, uh, I want to give a shout out to Liv. Liv is selling her ass off in this feud.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime Rhea slams her into the pole, boy, you think she got shot.
Bro, I'm
Like
talking
she is
about
selling her ass off.
she really is. Like her body just goes limp.
She is selling her ass off. That shit is crazy. And then that crucifix move that she hit. Some people say that should be her new finisher.
Yeah, that
I like
that
the I
when
liked it. I actually liked the Oblivion, but that move
nah,
right there
but
was
that
mean.
one that move, that crucifix move, and then it converts into a pin. Like, yeah, that's perfect.
Hmm.
You know what
How do
I
you think she's?
noticed?
How do you
I,
think she's gotten as far as in ring skill?
way better than when she was with
The Riot
damn,
Squad,
yeah, Riot Squad. Yeah, way better,
even
way
better than
better.
even better when she had her earlier championships.
Yeah, yeah, way better, way
And
better.
I will say, this is actually a match that I'm waiting for. And I'm gonna tell you when I think I was happy that this happened. 'Cause I think this is what made WWE flip the switch on Liv. Is when you remember on SmackDown when Liv and Charlotte had that confrontation, and
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte pretty much just drug her and was like, "You're nothing. You're never going to be good. You're a joke." All that. You remember that?
Yep.
And then Liv in the back had an interview and said, "I'm gonna show Charlotte and everybody else that I'm not a joke and like I'm somebody to be reckoned with and all that." And
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, ever since that, I think she has shown that. I want to see her and Charlotte, and she got to win that. She has to
Yeah.
win that match.
Right.
She probably won't win the first one, but she's got to beat Charlotte eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Because Charlotte tried to play the shit out of her.
True.
um, I think that they're, they're waiting to unleash Dom
Yeah.
because they're waiting because uh he's going to go. I think he needs to change. He needs to get a new moveset though. As far as he needs to get a new finisher.
Mm-hmm.
The 619 and frog splash. He could keep the frog splash, but he don't need to do the 619 no more. If he does that, it needs to be done as a troll, not as a actual finishing move. Uh-oh. Look who it is.
Hey,
Welcome back.
I'm I'm back and I'm better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Ranton J live and in the flesh. Um, Sir, we are currently doing our Bash in Berlin review. We are currently on the mixed tag match. Do you have any thoughts about this?
No,
I think we were
Hold
done
on, time
anyway.
out, time out. No, 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 no. You're not gonna get off easy like that. You missed 3 weeks, and you're gonna say you don't have nothing to say about that match.
oh
Trust, I
my
know
god.
real life is hit. I know what goes on in the everyday life, but you got to give us some kind of damn content. I'm not dealing with that bullshit. I've had to listen to damn what's our boy name?
Vandal.
Vandal. Goddamn, me and him been going at it for the past 3 weeks. No, 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 no. You're gonna give
I'm
us some
kind of
kind of content.
I'm
No,
kind of glad I was on vacation. Woo!
no.
You cutting a mean ass promo right now, bro.
I know, right? Just give me a reminder. The mixed tag match was
The
Dom,
Terror
Liv,
Twins versus
Rhea.
Dom and Liv.
no. Mm, no, I mean, okay. The match went exactly like I expected it to go. Let's just put it like that, okay? If anybody in their right mind thought that Dom and Liv was going to win that match, you crazy. Especially since Rhea and Priest are now face. It wasn't happening. This Judgment Day 2.0 is whack. Lane.
That's one of
They
our top.
should
We're
have
gonna get
just
to it.
they should have just came up with a whole new name. So
All
there you
right.
go.
Well,
Are
let's.
you happy? Are you
There we
happy?
go. I'm
Okay.
happy. I'm
All right.
happy.
All right. Let's get to the main event of the night. Randy Orton versus Gunther and JD. I believe that you said that you thought. Did you say that you said that Gunther was going to win clean?
No. Oh, I said if he
Okay.
does. I said if he does. Yeah. So at first I had said Randy, right? Just looking at some formidable future. But then I was like, no, Gunther, if they're gonna go on this road with him being a dominant champion, he's gonna win clean. He's gonna get do the whole respect thing from Randy because he didn't beat Randy the last time. Randy had his shoulders up and everything. So yeah, that was that. And he
How did
did
you
get a
feel about?
clean
How
win.
did you feel about the? How did you feel about the chokeout victory?
So first of all, why you looking like that, Jay?
I'm just waiting to see what you guys say. That's all.
So first of all, I think there's only one person that I was okay with. Excuse me, seeing a chokeout win. Um, and that was Roman doing the guillotine choke. So the sleeper win for him, I'm just like, all right. So that's to me that goes for a rematch. That's just my point of view. It goes for a rematch because he didn't
You
tap
mean
out.
a second rematch?
Well, the first one was
Well, technically,
obvious.
this would be the first
Yeah,
one's
the
for King
first
of the
one was
Ring.
like, come on, that was a referee error. So with this, I was like, oh, he technically didn't tap out. He didn't pin him. He choked him out. They lose. Okay, so since when did we just go with the whole one arm up limp? Oh, we're calling the match. What happened to the
They haven't done
the?
that in forever. The
But
three.
I'm
Yeah, I was
saying
about to say they haven't done that in a while.
okay. And I was just like on a sleeper hold, like that calls for like, because usually that's they do they Hulk Hogan getting momentum and shit like that. It was not decisive. I don't.
So let me say this right in response to your with the whole three. When they do it three times,
Mm-hmm.
always hated that. Always hated that. It wasn't believable, right?
Facts.
The way that they're doing the choke out now, basically they lift your arm up if it hits the mat the one time, they call it a match. That's more believable.
True.
I'm okay with him choking out Randy Orton. And
Mm-hmm.
the only reason why I say that is because to me, that's the only way that Gunther was going to beat Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that if we're talking about a pinfall,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Randy Orton's ever been submitted. Has Randy? No, John Cena submitted him a couple of times, and
Yeah. In the
like
GT.
that. I think
Yeah.
John Cena is the only one that's really submitted Randy Orton. Other than that, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
don't really see Randy Orton losing by, even though the chokeout is
Well,
technically considered a submission.
faces don't ever really submit. They always get choked out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even though the chokeout is technically considered a submission,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really see.
It's a can't continue.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, let's just say I'm fine with the way it ended, and the reason being is because we know that there's going to be another match with them
Mm-hmm.
together, right?
It's
We
like a
don't.
TKO.
Yeah, everybody's trying to predict how long Gunther is going to hold on to this title for. Um, how long of a run is he going to get? It was a little bit too early for him to lose the
I
title,
didn't.
especially
I
since he
didn't think
just
so.
won it.
I didn't think so. But that was just me. That was just a personal vendetta.
You
Yeah.
know, the only time WWE is going to have a turnaround championship is if they're black or Hispanic. Sorry, excuse me. So
And Jay, you weren't here for the last episode, but I told everybody that Brock is supposed to be coming back around Rumble time, and they've been trying to get a Brock and Gunther match for the longest. So
but
that
it
could
won't be for the
possibly
title.
be that it
It won't
could
be for
it
the
could be.
championship.
It was supposed to be for the IC title.
Y'all guys realize, man, I'm telling y'all, I don't care what anybody says.
What
It's
about John
stuck
Cena
in my
versus
head.
Brock
You're
Lesnar? John Cena
you're
versus Brock
not
Lesnar for
gonna
the title.
you're not gonna get the fact that John Cena is coming back, and I believe 100% that John Cena's record-breaking championship is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship.
Mhm.
You're not going to get that out of my mind, right? It could easily be the WWE Championship, yes, but to me, the World Heavyweight Championship, John Cena breaking that record, they just brought the belt back. You know, they put it on Seth Rollins to give it some legitimacy. That's why he held on to it for so long. And then on top of that, you're talking about him making history with Ric Flair record. Who what title did Ric Flair hold majority of the time? The World Heavyweight Championship.
True.
You're not going to get that out of my mind. That is going to be John Cena challenging whoever for that championship, and I feel like whoever has that championship, it has to be one of his rivals. And
What
in
about
my
Brock?
opinion, Brock is one of John Cena's rivals. I will give you that, but I'm sorry, no. I think that in order for it to be more significant, it has to be CM Punk or Randy Orton.
Hmm.
That's the only way that I see this happening, right?
Think about
Hmm.
this.
So
What about John Cena fighting Cody and turning heel to win it for the undisputed championship?
he's been faced this long. There's no point of him going heel, especially if this is his
I
last.
completely I disagree with
If
that.
this
This
is
would be the perfect time to do it.
no man, you got to think about it. If this is his retirement tour,
He
what's the
ain't. He
point
ain't
of
going
what's the
heel.
point of making him heel?
Yeah,
He's
he's not
been
going heel.
face damn near his entire career. The only time
Because
that he
they're
was
going to Netflix, and what's a
heelish.
better way to draw more eyes than a heel John Cena going
But
ham
that's the
for like
thing.
6 to 7 months?
John Cena
I
could
don't see
still
him.
speak his thing and still like he could still go off at the mouth and still be face.
I get what you're saying. I just don't see him ending his career heel. I don't
Let me
see
tell y'all
that's the
something
way
right
that he's
now.
going.
If John Cena ends up turning heel in this last run, I'm gonna need some more respect.
If John Cena ends up turning heel in this last run, I'll give you $100.
Oh, shit.
That's how confident that I know that he's not going heel. I give you $100 because I know it ain't happening.
All right. So what? Well, we know what happened on Monday, but how'd you feel about the handshake at the end of the match?
That's the only part that didn't make sense to me, right? Because essentially the handshake kind of ends the feud, right?
Yeah,
You got it with Brock Lesnar when he gave the handshake to
Cody.
Cody,
Hmm.
right? And then that's when we got Cody, who finally was able to move on to finish the story and get the championship.
Hmm.
So that's the only thing in the back of my mind. I was like, damn, is Randy really going to be challenging for the championship again? Because that handshake kind of solidified, like, yeah, this is done and over with. I
Right.
mean, if you think about it, technically he lost to Gunther twice.
Yeah.
So there
Now.
really is
Yeah.
no need for a third match.
True.
And the
Um.
Right.
and the route that they're pushing it, they're kind of now CM Punk came out and CM Punk, started having Gunther's name in his mouth and everything, even though they got to do one more match to end him and Drew McIntyre. Like I said, man, I really think it could be CM Punk.
Do you think Randy going to Raw challenging Gunther was just a way to kind of like separate him and KO while KO did his thing with um Cody?
That and I think that Randy really Gunther really needed like
A formidable opponent.
somebody to really kind of put him over,
Yeah.
right? I don't think
Hmm.
that him beating Damian Priest was good,
Yeah.
but he needed something to kind of elevate
A
him as
big
the world
dog.
heavyweight.
And
Yeah,
and and
and
and there was interference in his win against Priest.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Randy was the best selection to kind of put him over as champion. Now, will it work? We shall see.
Yeah. It
All
worked
right,
with his fans.
so this what we gonna do. Instead of going straight into the No Mercy recap, we just going to continue with what happened on Raw regarding everything that happened at Bash in Berlin. So as far as the World Heavyweight, the World Heavyweight Championship, Sami Zayn made his return, and he said that he wants Gunther. He wants to, they're pretty much wants to redo his storyline or continue his storyline of him winning the World Heavyweight Championship. What are your thoughts? Gunther at first said no.
I'm fine with it, man. Sami Zayn needs a fucking championship. Tired of him in the mid card. Like he needs his freaking championship
Not
run.
that
Unfortunately,
not to
I don't know if it's gonna happen right now. Like, but I mean, his matches when he's challenged for the championship, his match against Roman was fucking fantastic.
yeah.
So, I mean,
His match
it's
against
time.
Gunther for the IC title was good.
Exactly, it's time, man. Like
So
he held down the mid card for a very long time. He held down the tag team, for a long time too. Like it's time for Sami Zayn to get his chance, at least one.
yeah, I feel like in Gunther, with him already beating Gunther and having Gunther's number, perfect storyline. I he needs it. You know, I feel like he's deserving of it.
For once, and even though I completely didn't agree with it, right?
Yeah.
But the scenario in this case, for once I would kind of like to see them do what they did with Charlotte and Sasha,
Back and
where
forth.
they back and forth kept trading the damn title over what was it, like a 3 week time span, or it was like a month and a half or something
Hmm.
like that, where the title kept going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Let's get that. Like,
Yeah.
let's
All
get
right, so
that.
that brings me to my question as far as last episode we talked about how Gunther has been booked ever since he's set foot in WWE. He was a
Yeah.
dominant champion when he was Walter, when he had the NXT UK
Okay.
championship, and Ilya finally beat him, but
Hmm.
he had it forever. Then
Hmm.
he held the IC championship for 666 days.
Hmm.
The entire time that he's been in WWE slash NXT, he's been a champion like 88% of the time. So when do you feel like now is the time where his complete and utter dominance starts coming to an end? If you're saying that you want him to Sammy to do a back and forth,
So here's my opinion on it, right? You have to say, and I feel like you have to put it like this: Gunther ruled the mid card,
he's the ring
right?
general for a
He
reason.
he was the dominant person when it came down to banning that mid card picture. Now that he's at the top of the food chain, there are a lot of people that can easily dethrone him, right?
Hmm.
Randy took him to his limits. Um, Damian Priest took him to his limits. You know what I'm saying?
Even Gable did.
Yeah, Gable took him to his to his limits. And I mean, Sammy took him to his limits because Sammy was the one that took the title off of him.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah, he was dominant when he was the Intercontinental Champion and the UK Champion, but if that was the case, then that means that Damian Priest technically shouldn't have lost the championship because Damian Priest was a dominant champion.
um.
I don't know if
So
I agree with that.
Zando said last week that Gunther is one of WWE Triple H's protected treasures per se. I know he didn't say
Yeah,
treasures,
like
but
the twins.
he's protected, right? Um, but what I will say is that it comes a time where you look at, okay, this is best for business, this is best for him, and this is best for the brand. Him being protected and him always being a champion is best for him. I don't think it's always best for business because he's not a fan favorite, nor is he best for brand because guess what? He's not drawing in that much revenue. He's not drawing in nothing really for merch. Ain't nobody buying no Gunther merch. No matter
Is
how
there
long
Gunther
you,
merch?
bro. That's what I'm saying. No matter how
He
long
he
you
has he has a loyal fan base overseas. And you
overseas,
got to think about it. It makes sense right now for
Which
him
is
to be
where they have
champion
90% of their
because
PLEs now.
exactly
exactly.
because they're on this overseas tour
You know what?
where, like Trey said. So I mean, think about it. When WWE was about to do they signed a big Indian deal. Who did they put championship on?
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal. It
The
made
Maharaja.
sense. So I mean,
Hey,
I took Gunther's gonna run with it for a little bit. I don't see Gunther losing the championship honestly until Royal Rumble.
and shout out to Gil's Arenas, Gilbert Arenas podcast, Gil Arenas. They were talking about this with Dwight Howard, how companies when they're venturing overseas, they do whatever they can for that culture or that area. So he was saying when NBA was going overseas, they brought in Luca, made Luca dominant. Like they did everything to protect him. They got Joker. They got all these other people. They got Wimby. They got Wimby. The next thing you know, the Olympics is in France, right? And then they're doing all these deals and stuff overseas. They're having basketball games overseas. Like one of the first games is supposed to be overseas. Same thing with the NFL. They got a game in freaking Brazil. Like they're venturing off. Now you're seeing some Hispanic football players and stuff. So it makes sense. Like a lot of times you get your big name people because that's where you're getting your big
You got to
name
market
people
it.
who's overseas because you got to market them. That's where you're getting
Hmm.
most of your deal. Like that's why they did so many what was it called? The great shit. The pay-per-view that was in India and in Saudi Arabia. Uh that's why they were able to do so many of those because
Yeah,
they
but
were
then you
venturing
have
off.
but then you have Drew losing in Scotland. You have you got people like Randy and KO getting cheered like like legends over there. So they like their American superstar. Well, KO's not American, but they like
KO's
their
not
American
American. That's
superstars
what I
over
said
there.
what you mean.
They
Yeah, but
do.
he ain't. But he's not Scottish either
I mean, you got to think
or
about it. Like
German.
when Gunther was fighting Randy,
They were cheering
you
for
heard the
Randy.
Rand, you
Yeah.
heard the Randy chants. Like, don't get me
Oh
That's
wrong.
yeah.
Like
also because Randy's also a living legend.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's Randy Orton. That's why they had him fight Gunther. So I'm just saying, like it with majority of their PLEs, like you were saying, being overseas right now, it makes sense for them to have the title on Gunther, on Damian Priest. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's a marketing strategy. It promotes their company. It pulls in more potential wrestlers from. I mean, think about it. They talked about Gunther and how he ran the scene out there when he first started wrestling. He's a freaking living legend out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So don't people don't understand like if you're not really die hard into wrestling, you're never going to know a wrestler's background and you're never going to know like all they've really done before they made it to WWE.
Hmm.
Like a lot of people just think that they come in through NXT and you know that's it. Like that's all they know is NXT and then to the main roster. No, these people got backgrounds. Like they got history. They got resumes. They got all
Yep.
that stuff.
All
Gunther
right.
was one of them.
Well, speaking of Gunther and his championship, let's move on to another person who has championship aspirations. That is one Jay Uso, who had a backstage segment
Nah, pick
with
your head up,
Braun
Jay.
Breaker. He had a backstage segment with Braun Breaker, where Braun Breaker for multiple weeks now has said nobody from your family has beaten my family, and you're not going to be the first one. He told him to stop chasing after mommy and trying to take Dominic's sloppy seconds, and you need to focus if you want this championship. Jay tells him he could do both. How do y'all feel about Jay's chances of finally getting his first solo championship, but also being shoehorned into this Terror Twins Live Dom Judgment Day storyline?
Well, first of all, the Terror Twins shit has been going. This is the first time that they brought it on screen on TV for us to see. This shit's been going on on Dark Wrestling when they do their live shows for almost a month and a half thus far. So they've been teaming up and doing all this stuff for the live stuff. Second of all, Braun Breaker, I guess he took after Scott Steiner, and as far as him not doing the math, he don't know his history. Looks like they both need to get educated because Rikishi used to beat their ass all the time. They used to go back and forth. So I
Who?
guess
Him and Scott?
yes. I just when he said that, I went back and watched the match where it was Rikishi and who was he teaming with? It was either Alpha or Sika. He was teaming with one of them because he was the added part of the Wild Samoans, and they beat the Steiner brothers.
When
So,
was this? What year was this?
oh boy, this is in the early '90s. It wasn't for no championship or anything like that. It was just a regular match. Um,
Well, maybe that's what he's talking about.
Maybe that's what he's talking about. But like I said, I guess he took after his uncle, not knowing how to do math. He don't know his history. Um, if they are going to pull the plug on Jay Uso getting a championship title, it has to be now. It has to be like this instant. I don't care if he wins it and loses it in a month. It has to be now. Has to be now.
Do you think
No,
that
hold on. You got to get
either?
Jay's point of view because Jay squirming in his seat.
Okay, because I have a question about that. But go ahead, Jay.
Are you sure you want me to go?
Yeah, we haven't heard from you in 3 weeks.
Man, listen. Look. I'm gonna keep this civilized, right?
Please don't.
I'm gonna try to say this without attitude, right?
Jay Uso is a workhorse.
If they don't put the fucking belt on Jay Uso, I don't ever want to see him in a championship match ever again. What's the fucking point?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? Why have him win all these goddamn matches for him to finally get into the title match and then he loses?
Mm-hmm.
I'm over it. Put him back with his brother, put him back with Roman, and let the bloodline do whatever the hell they want to do against
Top three
Bloodline
in
2.0.
top three out of the top 10. He got 3 to 4 of the top selling merch shirts.
Jay Uso should have been a singles champion a long fucking time ago. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. Like, it's annoying already. Like, they're trying to. I'm about to say some shit that might get us canceled.
Oh God,
Oh, we can't
already?
get
Like,
canceled.
like
Yeah, we can't.
they're trying
Yeah,
to.
we're
They're
not
trying
up
to
enough to
make
get
him.
canceled yet.
They're trying to make him what? The ultimate fucking chaser. Like, it's so goddamn stupid. I can't stand it.
It's like
And
he's
I
the new
feel.
Sammy.
And I
Now,
feel like the
what's
only
pissing me
reason.
off is they got him simping, and it's pissing me off. They
I
got him
don't care about
simping
that.
for fucking no, because it's
I don't
changing
care
his
about that.
character. His character is focused on other stuff besides the title. He has a fatal four-way match to determine who's going to fight Braun Breaker. And instead of that, y'all trying to shoehorn him into this other shit, got him simping over here instead of focused on trying to get this damn championship. I don't like
But
They're
I don't
doing.
like
but
that
They're
either.
but that's
doing
the
Jay.
thing. But that's the thing. When they had Jay focused on the championship, he couldn't win it. He
That
didn't
was
win it.
because
They didn't put
somebody from
him
his family always screwed him over.
regard that. Okay, that was with Roman. Since he's been solo main event Jay Uso, he still hasn't won anything.
Jimmy screwed him over when he was trying to fight Gunther.
What
Yeah, he
about
did.
Priest?
Priest, he
Yeah,
lost.
so
He lost.
against
No,
Priest.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day interfered with when he fought Priest.
So,
So
so to be honest, Jay has never actually legitimately lost any title match he's been in. It's always been some kind of interference.
okay, I'll give you
And
that.
I guess that's how they're able to keep him chasing and have it be legit because he's never like legit lost clean in any title match he's had.
But he's lost a couple main events. He's just in the main event.
And then also, this was my question because he has this newfound beef with Braun Breaker because they finally had a face to face. Do y'all see Braun Breaker? Because it's a fatal four way, so it's no DQ. Do y'all see Braun Breaker or the Judgment Day taking Jay Uso out to where he doesn't get the one on one match with Braun Breaker? Or do you see him winning the match?
Why speak that shit into existence? Because you know
But
they
because
listen to this shit, bro.
because
Like,
he's going to because he's fighting who is it? It's Braun Strowman, him, Ilya, and damn, who the fuck who's I forgot the other one. I forgot who the other person is. Damn. But yeah, normally he would win this match and then get screwed out of the championship match. I'm saying, do you think he's going to get screwed in the fatal four way, or do you think he's actually going to win it to have another main event?
since he tag team with Damian and Rhea, I can see them screwing him out of the Fatal Four Way. I can definitely see them doing that.
I
I
gotta
can
see who
see
the fourth
Judgment.
person is.
I can see Judgment Day attacking them during the Fatal Four Way, especially since it's no disqualification because it's a Fatal Four Way. Um,
Pete Dunne.
Pete
Pete
Dunne.
Dunne.
Okay, yeah, Pete
Yeah.
Dunne.
So,
Now Pete Dunne's probably going to get taken out by Sheamus, so he's not
I
going to
mean,
win.
let's be okay. Let's look at the choices that we have right now. Right, we already know
so the
that
main
it's
the
not
main
going to be.
person that I could see winning is
That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about to get at. Right, we already know that one, it ain't going to be Braun. If you think
Correct.
about everybody in this match has somebody that they're beefing with that has a reason to take them out of the match, except for
Ilya
Ilya.
doesn't. Oh, I say yeah, Ilya doesn't.
Except
exactly
for Ilya, right? Braun Strowman has
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed that
Hmm.
I believe is going to come in and take him out, right?
Hmm.
Pete Dunne's going to have Sheamus that can probably
Hmm.
come out and take him out. And then Jay Uso has the Judgment Day that can take him out, which leaves Ilya.
Hmm.
So, as much as I hate saying it, that's who's probably going to win the Fatal Four Way.
And Braun Breaker and Braun Breaker took out Ilya. So of course they're gonna set up a rematch for that.
Now, I could also see Bronson Reed just pissed off at everybody because,
Yeah.
he was taken out of the match and he just comes in and takes out everybody too. So you can't rule that out. As well as I can see Bronson Reed taking out Braun Strowman and then forcing his way into the Fatal Four Way as the fourth man because he took
Cause
out
he
Strowman.
cause he had COVID
You,
and he was supposed to
so
be in it.
so you can't rule out that fact, right?
Right.
That
Hmm.
that's always a fact. Um, so this Fatal Four Way match, nothing's decisive. Like there's so many different ways that they can go about this. My thing is that if you're gonna have Jay Uso win this Fatal Four Way match, he has to beat Braun. He has to beat Braun for the title.
So
I
if if
I
Judgment
just
Day
can't.
if Judgment Day gets involved in that match, you already know Rhea and Damien are gonna come out to assist him. They're gonna chase them off.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
definitely,
that's why there's
definitely.
a possibility that Jay could win this.
It's between Jay and Ilya.
Yeah. Now, speaking of this is another time. Speaking of the Judgment Day, we've always talked about how they've been looking weak in recent weeks. Reports are that, well, not reports, but I've just been seeing people speculating online about possibly AJ Styles and Raquel Rodriguez becoming the newest members of the Judgment Day. If that were to happen, how would y'all feel about that?
If that's gonna happen, Dom and Liv have to leave.
No, they don't.
No,
I'm
they don't.
fine with
That's too
Raquel
much.
Rodriguez. I'm fine with Raquel joining Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I
You would
don't want to
kick
see
Carlito
AJ.
out.
I don't want to see AJ Styles in another faction.
Right.
I think AJ Styles at this point needs to just stay heelish and just focus on being a singles competitor. Like I don't want to see him in another group.
Yeah. I
That's
feel
just
like
my opinion.
we said last week, like Xander said, he could see Liv and Raquel doing the Shawn Michaels and Big Daddy Cool type shit.
Mhm. Well, this is what I would say. I think Raquel is definitely joining. As far as AJ, if we really want to do the long term storytelling, the three that were going against Judgment Day at first was Liv, Finn, and AJ. The OC pretty much is null and void. because the Good
Yeah,
Brothers are
OC's
on
done.
NXT. NXT, they're not. They haven't been on main roster forever. Meechin doesn't
Yep,
even mention AJ anymore. AJ is like a
yep,
lone wolf.
yep.
Back before AJ signed his final deal, that he said this is gonna be his final deal wrestling. It came out that him and Finn wanted to be a team or tag together before he left. This would be the time to do it. And then you could also, if you want to do a feud with them later on, you could do that with them for the World Heavyweight Championship, Finn versus AJ. You get two Bullet Club former leaders in the same faction. JD may or may cannot stay, but Carlito gonna be out, so it wouldn't be too many people. Um, so I could see that. That's why I could see AJ and Raquel being in it. And then
Finn and
eventually you're going to get Raquel versus Liv, and I think that's how Dom and Liv leave Judgment
I
Day.
mean, it could
But
it could work, especially with this whole no leader type shit, and that was a part of their whole Bullet Club shit at first when it was AJ and like it was like there's not necessarily a leader, but I am the leader. Like all of them fought for that kind of position. AJ, Finn, and Cody, and just
Kenny,
it and Kenny. It could work. Not saying that it can't work. It could be like we got two new members, and then all of a
because we all
sudden
know that
they
Judgment
kick
Day
them
has to
out.
change up. They can't keep using the same formula, and the best way to do it is to switch it up.
well,
So
that's because they don't have any enforcers, right? Raquel brings that enforcer mentality for the women, and then, but does AJ bring an enforcer mentality for the men's side,
he
right?
doesn't see. He wouldn't have
I
to
don't
be
really think
necessarily an
so.
enforcer, but you have to bring somebody in that's legit that can get wins. Finn
I
has
would
been
have been
protected.
more.
Finn hasn't had anything. But maybe I was thinking maybe a Bronson Reed, but maybe
No,
I don't
I would have
know.
been more on board if they would have brought in like fucking almost or Braun Breaker, like somebody like that. Like they need like a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Bronson Reed.
Finn and JD, they're still tag team champions, right?
Yeah.
They haven't
Yeah,
defended it in 72
they haven't.
days.
That's what I was about to say. Okay, yeah, it's so bad I forgot. But I mean, AJ doesn't fit. I'm sorry, AJ doesn't fit. That's just my opinion. It doesn't make sense. I don't even know why Carlito's there. Like, it's time for Carlito. It's time for him to go. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't had a match. He just sits in the background and does nothing, and then he gets his face smashed in for trying to interfere. Like
Right.
that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of groups, we all thought that there was supposed to be a Big E replacement in the New Day, but one Odyssey Jones has been released by WWE.
did they
Apparently, it was
officially announce
for.
that?
It's
Yes.
not a yeah, pretty much. I
No,
saw.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
not
I
no,
haven't
no.
seen it.
WWE. No, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
All
they
the
say it was released. He was released due to domestic violence.
now all like the
So
little observers and reporters that
I
do
don't care about
reporting
them.
for
They
that.
don't.
But
Yeah, they
WWE
can say
just
whatever they.
they took him off
They just
the
took him off the website,
yeah.
They
which
take
normally
people
means
off the
that he's
website.
gone.
They take people off the website all the time. And I think WWE right now, when it comes down to the domestic violence stuff, it's safer to take him off the active roster to kind of show that, hey, we're not condoning this, right?
Hmm.
But it's too soon to completely release him
Yeah.
because you don't know if he's going to be charged with anything. We don't know
True.
how true these allegations are. I'm not trying to like start any shit with anybody, but we know that people cry wolf and they say, "Oh, I've been assaulted," when it doesn't really happen, and then the facts come out, and then it turns out that the person didn't really do whatever they're saying, and then that person has gotten canceled because it's way too fast. So
Well,
This is
until
what I
I
was saying.
see an official WWE has released, I'm gonna
well,
just keep it in
it
limbo, as in he's suspended,
well she
and
did
that's
say that
let's just go with that.
she had video proof.
Listen, she probably does have proof. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that he didn't
No,
do
no,
it, but I'm not
I
saying
get
that he
what you're
did do
saying.
All
it.
I'm gonna say is, I think that's a big motherfucker to be assaulting people.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
like, come
Nah,
on, man.
like if it comes out that he did do it, and the proof comes out, and he gets released, and he deserves it. He deserves everything that he's about to come to him. Whatever
Yeah.
remember what
charges,
happened with
losing his job, all
remember
that
what
stuff.
happened with Rich Swan when he got
Yeah,
released for domestic violence. He
Yeah.
came
yeah,
back, but
He
now he
locked
just got
back up.
arrested for it again.
Yeah.
yeah. And like you
So
said, it's not to say that he can't make a comeback from it, right?
Hmm.
I don't condone what he did in any
they ain't
way,
let
shape, or
Velveteen
form.
Dream back yet,
Well,
and he
that
got
was
for the
different
same
though.
stuff.
That wasn't domestic violence. That was like
Oh yeah, that was
that was
pedophilia.
that was some yeah, that was some next level shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I take it back.
but
Never mind. It's not both
I'm
bad,
just
but
saying he if he changes his ways and he really shows that he's committed into being a new person, he can make his way back.
Facts.
That's all I'm gonna
all
say.
right.
That's all I'm gonna put at it.
Yeah.
Let's knock this no mercy stuff out real quick. It's not too much I wanted to touch on. Uh, how y'all feel about did you watch the Jada Parker Roxanne Perez match?
Oh, you asking me? Yeah, I did. I know Jay
Anybody?
did. I know Jay did, but yeah, I did. Jay's going to sleep
Uh,
right now because it's NXT.
nah. I just want to say,
It was a good
Miss
match.
Parker.
It was a good
She's
match.
a star. She's eventually going to be champion.
I saw the
Um,
highlights.
Roxanne, I think they what they're trying to do with Roxanne is I believe since she beat Jada Parker, I think that they're trying to make her like the best women's NXT champion of all time.
You know what they're
If you
trying to
look
do?
at if you look at all the people that she's beaten, the fact that she's a two-time champ now, and the fact that the new that Julia came in, now she's beefing with her. If she beats her, then that's what they're trying to do. Like
Bro,
I don't know.
they're trying to erase the pedigree that a certain person that actually might end up making a comeback did for
Yeah, but
NXT
you
women's
got to think
division.
about the former champions. Oscar vacated because she was whooping everybody ass.
Okay,
Rhea was dominant.
I was just
Shayna was
about to say.
dominant.
I
It
was just about to say. Okay.
ain't just Mandy.
Side
Mandy,
note:
I mean, she was cool.
who do you have as right now the best women's NXT champion?
Oscar.
Oscar.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure.
Oscar.
I listen.
No,
I
I'm
just
just
wanted
saying
because
in recent before this NXT 2.0, Mandy held that women's division down with her
Toxic
group, her
attraction.
faction with Toxic Attraction
I think
until
Mandy held it down when it was at its worst.
And Roxanne beat her for it.
yeah, of course she beat her for it because she was about to get it. The news
But they
had
didn't
just
have to.
broke and
They didn't have to pick Roxy to do it.
no, they didn't. But she was like she had got the Randy Orton effect too because she was one of the youngest women's athletes on that roster,
She's
and
only
so
22.
exactly, and she was from the school of Booker T School of Wrestling. Like she was the next upcoming person. It was between her and Cora Jade. Cora Jade
They
couldn't
do
stay
call her the
healthy.
prodigy.
They picked Roxy Perez.
So I do got a question for you. Now that since we're on this topic, side note, because I do follow a certain somebody on Instagram, oh, and
I follow a few.
certain somebody is attempting to make a comeback at wrestling because she said that she felt like she left a lot on there and she has some unfinished business. Do you think she is going to make her way back to WWE? Do you think that Mandy Sachs has proven that they need her in her absence?
No, they don't need
I
her.
don't think they need her, but do think that it would be a real good shakeup if she returned.
Well, she said that if she comes back, she doesn't want to go to NXT.
She did say that, but money talks.
Yeah,
Money talks.
and
I feel
look
like
who's
if
in
she comes
charge.
back, I feel like she has to go to NXT for a little bit. Her grand whatever it is, because I can't think of the
Rebrand,
word right now. Not rebrand, but
Reemerging.
yeah,
reemergence,
that's it.
like a
It has
phoenix.
to be. It has to be in NXT because of the way that she left.
Yeah,
Right, she don't have to stay there long, but I think
no,
her debut has to be NXT. She has to do at least a couple of matches there and then move on to the main roster.
yeah,
Me personally, I would be excited if she came back.
in the Royal Rumble.
Man, can you let me finish? I've been going for 3 weeks, man. Let me get it out.
I mean,
Goodness
it be
gracious.
sounding so good that I just be knowing like what you about to say.
Just taking all my good ideas, man. Let me get one. You had 3 weeks of them. Okay. Whatever. Now go on to the next topic since this white guy
Nah.
decided to steal my thunder.
Hey, I didn't. It was an
JD, Zach
Oracle
Wentz
effect.
ended up beating Wesley. Was you shocked?
Yes. I was shocked, but I wasn't. I was shocked because the TNA person beat the NXT person, but I wasn't
And
mad
he just
because
won, and he literally had just won the X
the
Division
X
Championship
Division.
the night before.
Yeah. And see, when I seen that, I was like, oh, yo, mind you, his move, the uh the UFO cutter, that's a move. He took the RKO to a whole nother level. I thought
Can we
so.
talk
Luke,
about something real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Since now that you talk about X Division, it just brings. Uh, can we just give a shout out to the fact that how these some of these wrestlers have made their exit from WWE, and we've talked so much about how WWE has dropped the ball with a bunch of these wrestlers, how they don't deserve them, and I'm so fucking happy that they go on to other promotions and they show how right we were, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just with people like Swerve, with
Mm-hmm.
people like
We're gonna get to that.
what's Ziggler's new name?
Nickname
Fucking
His
Ziggler.
Nick,
his real
yeah.
name.
The name
Even
that he used when he actually when he was with Spirit Squad.
yeah,
I'm
and even
Nicky.
even freaking Alberto Del Rio,
Mm-hmm.
who has made a big
El
comeback,
Patron.
and he's now what, the AAA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep.
Yep.
Like I just gotta say, like it gives me hope that WWE continues to fuck up with some of these wrestlers, and then they get to go other places. And then whenever WWE decides that, oh, we want you back, they hit them over the head in the pockets because now they're too Cody Rhodes. Like, just I love it. I freaking love it. That's all. Just wanted to give a side note to that.
Uh, North American Championship. Obafemi defeated Tony D.
Yeah.
Uh, Kalani Jordan beat Wendy Chu,
Chew.
and Ridge Holland turned on Chase U after they lost the tag titles.
We spoke on that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that conversation. Yeah.
All right, so moving on. Cody says that if people knew the real plan for WrestleMania, they'd be even more angry. Do we care about this?
No. Why are
What do
we
we think
still
the real
talking?
plan was?
The real what for WrestleMania?
He
Because
was
he
gonna
said,
be
because
fighting Seth.
no,
The
but
real
he's
plan?
talking
No, he
about,
talking about last WrestleMania.
yeah,
He was gonna be fighting Seth. That was a real
Yeah,
plan.
the real plan was for him not to take the championship. So
Yeah.
we already know the real plan was for The Rock to face Roman,
Mm-hmm. And
and
Roman
people
to
were
break
upset.
Hulk Hogan's record.
Yeah,
okay.
unless
No.
he's talking about
Okay.
the current WrestleMania that's coming up.
No. So
But
this is
it's too
He's talking
far for
about the
them to have an
previous one.
actual
He's talking about
plan.
the previous
Yeah,
one.
if people knew the real plan for WrestleMania, they'll be even more angry. Is he just talking about his fans, or is he talking about fans in general? Because I feel like maybe he's
I
only
believe it's his
generating
fans.
in is
I think he's talking
his
about his
fans
fans.
would have been angry
The
had it.
crybabies.
I mean, they'll be
Cody
even,
put Cody
but for
first.
him to say they'll be even more angry, yeah, it
I
was a lot
think
of
that
it was a lot of
I
fans that wanted to see Roman actually hit another pedestal, but
Yeah, I'm one
mm,
of them.
I
Okay.
think that I think that's because even though the real plan for WrestleMania was him not to face Roman, and it was supposed to be The Rock versus Roman, I think if they would have let that happen, then going into SummerSlam, I think Cody would have lost. And I kind of think that they would have had Roman beat Hulk Hogan's record, and then Cody would have ended up having to figure out, they would have had to figure out some way for him to face him more like around Royal Rumble to beat Roman for the title.
hmm and it
which
wouldn't
I'm
have.
glad. I'm glad that that didn't go that route.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have meant nothing at that
Yeah.
time as opposed to what it did this time.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
as much as I hated it at first, I agree with, or I can respect Roman beating Cody at the first WrestleMania.
Hmm.
I can respect it, right? I was skeptical like how the year played out, especially when Cody got injured and all other kind of stuff, and then coming back. I think it was a lot predictable with him going back to back at the Royal Rumble, but they needed to figure out how to get Cody back in the title picture, so that was the best route to go. So it made sense. Plus, we didn't have a back to back WrestleMania winner since what Hulk Hogan. I mean, not Hulk Hogan. Since Stone Cold did it, um, which was what back was that the early 2000s. So I mean, was it the best route? No, but I think the injury threw a wrench into all their plans when he had to get all the surgery done and stuff in rehab.
Hmm.
I don't think that
Yeah.
he should really press on the old WrestleMania so much anymore. I think he should just they should really be focusing on how they're going to top, especially with it being in Vegas this year, and then with John Cena coming back. They really need to get on to figuring out how they're
I
going to
already
top
told
it.
you how they could. I already told you how they could top it. You just don't want to see
He's not going heel.
it.
Let that go.
So this,
John
I will
Cena is
not.
going
I will
into the
not let
Hall
it
of
go.
Fame. John Cena is going into the Hall of Fame as one of the best competitors ever, as well as one of the longest running baby faces of all time.
hmm
He
Is
would still
that's
be
just
one
how it's
of the
going to be.
longest. He would still be one of the longest running baby faces. Just imagine a night where you have Cody versus John Cena and The Rock versus Roman, and then you still save The Rock and Cody. I mean, you still save The Rock and Cody and uh, Roman and Cody. But whatever. I digress.
so just one more statement about this Cody thing. Do you think Cody's still talking about WrestleMania because Roman is still such a big fucking deal
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and he's butthurt? Because that's honestly what it seems like to me.
I wouldn't say that he's butthurt per se. I just think that people got to understand that a lot of people try to take shit away from Roman Reigns when you can't. This man held that shit down the whole show, the bloodline, they held that shit down for 3 years.
Yeah,
Off of the bloodline, off of that segment by
yeah,
itself. SmackDown was ass until
yeah.
you got to the I mean, remember we complained because we complained about it because we literally watched SmackDown one day while we were having our recording, and we counted the number of segments that Roman and the Bloodline was part of in one episode of SmackDown.
They had
And
like
Six,
five. Yeah,
six.
six.
no, it was like 7 or 8
It
at
was
one point.
six.
I just people can't like as much as I like Cody and as much as I'm a fan of Cody, Cody can't hold that down. I don't think Cody can hold it down. I don't think Cody can hold down 6 segments. Like I don't think that it would last. You're not getting 3 years out of that.
Yeah.
That's how bad SmackDown was, and honestly, that's how bad Monday Night Raw and SmackDown was bad together. Because to me, SmackDown was the one to view over the two at that time. So
I,
they can say whatever they want, but hurt whatever.
to be honest, I really could give a damn about the fans being more pissed off had they known the real plan. Because unless you're going to tell me what the real plan was, I really don't need you to say that. Um,
Yeah,
but moving on, how y'all feel about Cody and WWE getting sued by the guy that trademarked American Nightmare?
he should have paid him. Can't be mad at that guy for wanting to get his money.
So should he be suing Cody and WWE, or should he have sued Dustin way back then? Because Dustin was the first person who actually used that. He was the first
Yeah,
American Nightmare.
I think the problem is
Well,
that it didn't pop off like it did
I was
when
just
Exactly.
Bill
about to
Foley
say,
took it.
Exactly.
Let's
Exactly.
be
You
let's
took the
be
words right
honest.
out of my
Yeah.
mouth. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
We know why Dustin didn't get sued.
Well, looks
I
like Cody
mean,
got to change everything to the boys. He got to
he
be
was he
Homelander like Trey wants.
whoever was whoever suing them was playing the long game, and that shit just paid off
Yeah, it really
because
did.
he's about to get a payday.
Hey, that check about to be written with the quickness.
But the problem is that I'm surprised because they need to just cut him the damn check. Think
Yeah.
about it this way, right? Hulk Hogan got sued for his name,
Yeah.
right? And guess what they
Jay
did?
Z Jay
Because
Z got sued for throwing the rock up, and
Yep.
I know
he had to pay
I'm
DDP.
just if we keep it if
He
we
had to
keep
pay
it at the
DDP.
wrestling realm, Hulk Hogan talks about how he got sued over the name Hulk Hogan. I think it Disney that was suing. It was I thought it was like Disney or something like that that was suing him
Mm-hmm.
because somebody owned the trademark to the name Hulk Hogan, and Vince McMahon was so bought in that they cut them. I think at the time he said they paid them $70,000 for or Marvel. There goes Marvel. Okay, I
Hmm.
knew it was somebody like that, but they
That
cut him the
definitely was in the 80s.
$70,000.
70K, that's it.
Yeah, $70,000 check is what they cut him so that he can buy the name. So pay that man his money. Okay, cut him his 10-15 minute. That's chump change to
Yeah.
WWE.
Facts.
Honestly, that's chump change to Cody Rhodes. I don't care what anybody say. That's chump change to him, man. Cut the man his check, get over it, lick your wounds, and move on.
Hey, I just want since you said Hulk Hogan, I want to give a hand clap for CM Punk for standing on business for what he said about Hulk Hogan. Appreciate you, my dog. Y'all know what he said.
Yep, I know what he said. Y'all could Google it.
Google it.
All right.
Google it.
Who here has watched the trailer for the Vince McMahon docuseries?
I've watched the trailer.
How you feel about all the people that were shown speaking?
I mean,
And reports came out today that this is supposed to be a burial of Vince McMahon. It's not going to be
a
uh,
double shovel burial.
a double shovel burial of Vince McMahon. Not going to be a puff piece.
It
Speaking
don't
of,
need to be a puff piece.
Bret Hart is supposed to be on SmackDown
It
and
doesn't need to be a puff piece, man.
or on Raw, one of those. And he's one of the main
They
ones that said Vince getting what he deserves.
he is getting what he deserved. Just like how I didn't feel bad with the surviving Diddy.
And first of all,
Oh well.
Vince knows. It's really about whether he cares or not. Vince is Vince. He knows
Vince
he's.
is
And he's in
Vince
the
is
doc,
sitting
which is
back.
hilarious. I didn't think he would be in it.
Oh yeah,
Vince is
live in
because
his.
Vince don't care. Vince is getting a
I
check
didn't think he would
for it.
be in it because if they're going to be shitting on him, well, I didn't think he would be in it.
He's
You think
shitting on
Vince McMahon cares?
himself.
It
Exactly.
doesn't.
Vince McMahon
Nigga, man. Okay, nobody gives a fuck. Like,
look,
Diddy
y'all
wasn't
got
in
to
the
think about it
surviving
this way.
Diddy, was he?
Think about it this way, right? Vince McMahon is not facing prosecution, right? They're not bringing up charges on him for anything.
Is it over?
At the end of the day, my ass would be sitting right there too. You know, sometimes you just got grabbed by the pussy. If it makes
Oh
me money
God.
to do,
Oh my God.
I would be in there too.
Should I?
Netflix
Hey
cut me
JD,
my check.
Should I clip that? Should I clip that?
I would be in there too. Cut me my check. Vince McMahon is all about the money. That's how he's always been. Oh
Exactly.
well.
Come on, man.
He'd
He
be
ain't
all
got no
right.
stock. He need a payday right now before he croak.
Why? He's sitting nice. He's sitting back,
No, that's what I'm
enjoying
saying. He
his
needed this
retirement.
before he
Oh,
croaked.
yeah, man. This ain't doing nothing but I making Vince even more icon.
Yeah.
That's
Vince.
it.
I mean, no, Diddy was not in Survivor Diddy, but you got to think like if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, they had something similar to this about Vince McMahon when he took over WCW. So it's pretty much just adding the most current situations and bringing them to light. And they're just like,
But if you really watch some of those episodes of the Dark Side of the Ring, and you listen to some of those wrestlers from the 80s and 90s, and when they talk about Vince, and
yeah,
they talked about how Vince partied with them and how Vince really was and stuff like that, All this shit that everybody's saying makes perfect fucking sense.
Come on, man. That's the what Vince did, Ric Flair did on his private jet. That was on Dark Side of the Ring. Like you had so many people talking about that and bringing that to life and saying what
The-
was true and not. The only difference with this is Vince McMahon. He's not implicating himself because what he's saying is like what most motherfuckers already
Well,
knew.
we don't
Listen,
know because it was just a 2-minute trailer.
He's
so the
implicating
only thing
himself.
that I will say, right, because I once again I got to put my disclaimer out there that I in no part agree or condone any of the shit
Anything.
that Vince was doing,
Nope.
right? But at the same time, you have to think about Vince versus somebody else. When
Yeah.
you're the owner of the company, right? When you're the big dog, the boss, the people that everybody answers to, it makes it so much more worse. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, that's what Diddy, that's what Epstein, that's what fucking
Chaos.
Vince, that's what all when you're the owner of the company and you are the one at the top of the food chain, it's going to be 1,000 times worse versus an employee.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say on it. None of the scenarios are right, and none of the scenarios should be condoned in any type of way. But because Vince is who he is, because Diddy is who he is, that's what makes it so much worse.
Hmm.
Just saying.
Well, for those out there watching, that docuseries will be getting reviewed on this channel. So get ready. All
I
right,
can't
let's
wait for the
move on
movie.
to let's move on to the big dog, no pun intended, of this episode, and that is the AEW All Out predictions. Um, let's start off with Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in a Chicago street fight.
Ain't it a street fight every other week?
This
No,
AEW
no,
man, what?
no,
What are you?
It's the
How we
safest
no.
gonna
place
get
to
that?
wrestle, by the way. It's the safest place to wrestle, by the way.
I would be like, what's going on if there wasn't some type of street match or Texas Chainsaw Massacre match or
And that goes to the title of this episode. Are the fans all out on AEW?
Are
I'm
the
just
uh,
fans?
saying, like,
So, what do you mean by that? Are the fans all out?
well, they are saying that this is the first. This is in Chicago, and this is going to be the first one, the first pay per view that has not sold out.
because they're tired of it. They're tired of seeing people cut themselves. They're tired of like they might as well
Are
just
they?
change their name to fucking ECW at this point. Like, what's the point of them being AEW? Like,
This is why I've been waiting for Jay to
they,
come back.
It
because
really should be. It
like
shouldn't be all elite wrestling. It should be all extreme wrestling.
this is why I don't really watch them anymore. Like, because whenever they go to their pay-per-views or their premium live events or whatever the fuck they want to call it,
They
they
don't call them
OD.
PLEs.
Well, whatever. They OD. They're
You're
This is an
not
OD.
eight
hitting
match. This is an 8 match card.
Trey. I know you're not. Are you hitting the gunshots on this right now? Because Jay is ranting.
Oh,
Like this is the
oh, my
time.
bad.
You're slacking,
I
my
just
dude.
said,
Come on,
man.
you
But
slacking.
listen,
Oh, my bad. Oh, hold on. Damn. Let me let me
look at
get
fucking
right.
Brian Danson. Look at what he had to do just to get the fucking AEW championship.
Well, he
Like,
didn't want it.
I'm just saying though, they're old. All their pay per views are OD. They do too damn much. Like, it doesn't take that much to put on a good show, and I think the fans are tired of the same shit.
So who y'all
So
picking in the damn match?
Willow Nightingale.
All
whoever
right.
bleeds the most.
All right, so probably Willow. All right,
Just saying.
next match. Let's stay with the women. Mercedes versus Sheeta with Camille banned from
Mercedes.
ringside for the TBS.
Mercedes. She's
Hmm.
not losing that championship anytime soon.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm
Mercedes.
gonna say that too. All right, Will Ospreay versus Pac for the international championship.
Will Ospreay.
Osprey.
I'm gonna go Pac. Fuck it.
Nah, they
Whatever.
okay.
Make him a double champ.
Pac need to sit his ass down.
He's a trios champion right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. For the a four way for the Continental Championship, we have Takeshita versus Orange Cassidy versus Mark Briscoe versus Okada.
Okada's gonna keep it.
As long as it's not Orange Cassidy, I don't care who wins. Can't stand a fucking awful character.
Why don't you don't like OC?
No, you know this. I don't like him. Like everything about him, I cannot stand.
You don't like the orange punch?
The fucking hands in the pocket with the stupid ass kicks and the little back dive that he does. I can't. It's so fucking. You know what? Never mind. I just came back. Jesus, damn. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna go with Okada. I think the story they're telling right now with the Elite, I still think Mercedes is going to end up joining. Let's go tag team championship match. You have the Young Bucks versus Claudio and Yuta, the Blackpool Combat Club.
Um,
I'm going with Blackpool.
mm,
Because the Bucks haven't really defended their titles since they won them.
I'm going with Blackpool.
damn. I'm gonna go with Blackpool, but shit. Now that you say that, hell, they all might be dubbed up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks on that one. All right, so now we're getting into the good stuff. MJF versus Daniel Garcia.
I'm gonna go with MJF.
In order for MJF to get back to the title picture, he needs a win. So MJF.
Did y'all see the promo last night when they were going back and forth, and then when Garcia ran up and got smashed in the head with the bottle, and then MJF cut the promo on him when he was
You
bleeding
talking about on
everywhere
Wednesday? Nah, I
on
was at my
Wednesday?
son's game.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty good. Daniel Garcia is getting better cutting promos. I'm gonna actually say that Daniel Garcia wins this just to keep the feud going. Then we have I'm saving this last match for a reason. Then we have the AEW World Championship match: Bryan Danielson versus the Scapegoat Jack Perry.
Oh, Brian Danielson not losing, but I don't see this being a one and done.
No, they're gonna do the same bullshit that they do with all Danielson's match. It's probably gonna fucking end in a draw or whatever, some type of way so that they can. I
Do
swear to
you
God,
hate
can't
it
stand fucking.
because it ends with no winner and not because of the actual match quality?
Yeah. But I
Okay.
hate it because they do it so many damn times to extend a feud. Like it's not like it's a one off, especially with Brian Danielson. So I'm pretty
Well,
sure, and I
he
swear,
only fought Kenny that one time when they had that draw.
and they did it with him and Hangman too.
Did they fight again after that?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Now
they did.
this match, this is I will go ahead and say, and I don't care if y'all disagree or not. To me, this match right here is part of the best feud in wrestling right now, and that's Swerve versus Hangman. This is a unsanctioned lights out cage match, so no title on the line. Technically, no winner, but because this is a blood feud, if we thought that Drew
It doesn't.
and Punk was a blood feud, this is a true blood feud. Didn't he just burn Swerve's house down on Wednesday?
Once
So with
again,
it
my
being,
statement.
I'm gonna go with Hangman in this one because it technically can't be a winner because it's a lights out unsanctioned match, and then they'll end up having another match after this.
Whoever
Yeah,
bleeds the most is going to win this match again.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
I bet you Swerve might bleed more than Hangman, and Hangman's gonna win.
All right. We'll
Have you
see.
actually watched this? Have you actually been watching this feud? There's a reason why I say it's the best in wrestling.
Listen, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that I don't understand what you're saying. I'm
You're not
just
acting
saying
like
this is
it.
This is AEW we're talking about here. So once
It
again,
doesn't fucking matter. Like
whoever bleeds the most is gonna win the match.
because that broken Matt Hardy brother Nero shit was some of the best shit in wrestling, but because it was in TNA, everybody acts like they didn't give a fuck. I'm telling y'all right now that this is the best feud in wrestling. Somebody disagree with me if you can.
Sure, I agree with you.
I said disagree with me. I don't need you to agree with me. I know I'm
You
right.
said you said this is the best feud in wrestling as of now.
As of
Yeah.
all time or just currently right
No,
now?
as of okay, y'all do this every single time.
No, 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 no.
Currently.
I'm just saying.
No, Jay does this every single time. Not all time. I'm speaking in 2024.
Well then yeah, I can agree with you. I give you that. The, the
Jesus.
feuds everywhere else has been ass.
Because the only one that would be close to this would be Drew and Punk. But this one has been more vicious than that one.
That
Because
feud I wouldn't even call it really that good.
that's the that's the most intense feud on WWE television right now is Drew and Punk. So I would say
Yeah, it
and
is.
because it's layers to this Swerve and Hangman shit.
I'm just saying, Swerve just makes it even more better because I feel like if it was Hangman and Moxley, it would have been dog shit. Um, but because but because of Swerve, like Swerve is just at an all time high right now, and
He
Hangman
just signed
Hangman
his
is
new
not
deal. He's gonna be in AEW till 2029. He just signed that new deal.
Hangman isn't bad, but you get better when you have somebody better that you're feuding with, if that makes sense. So
I would
Swerve is on a
say
whole nother level because we
it,
saw, and you remember I said this. I felt like Hangman was on, like he was nose planting, he was nose diving. Like I was just like, what are they
he's
about to do
had
with
the
him?
worst title reign of all of the long champions that they've had as AEW champion. And I think that this feud has, like you said, reinvigorated his career. If you look at the storyline, they literally put up a picture on Instagram and Twitter. And out of all the matches that they've had, in each picture, you can literally see how unhinged Paige has gotten in every single picture. How just his look, how incensed he's become. And if you look at it, when they first started, Swerve was the heel, Paige was the face, and
Yeah,
that shit has completely turned around to where Swerve was breaking into Paige's house, going to his baby's crib, and talking shit. To now, Swerve buys his childhood home. And then Hangman burns it down and sits in his father's lazy boy in front of it as it burns down. Like what the this is
Trey,
this
they
is
going
the best
crazy like you
storytelling.
asked for. The bloodline, they was doing that
Oh yeah,
crazy
I'm
shit.
watching. I like it. They got to do something to differentiate themselves from the past bloodline. This needs to be the more unhinged bloodline.
Well, they
Solo
already there. They've been there.
exactly, but they need to start having results. That's what I mean. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Hangman to win this match only because it's a lights out and it wouldn't count against anything because I do think that Swerve's eventually going to get back in that title picture and eventually win it again.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Now, final thing tonight. This was a question that was specifically made for Mr. Rant. I was we were sent this question and it is Jay, what is your favorite iteration of Chris Jericho?
Didn't nobody send that message in? That's some shit
It's
that you
true.
came
It
up
was
with.
no. Please. I would never ask your favorite iteration of Chris Jericho. I don't even talk like that.
They know how much
I
you
tell
hate
you,
them.
They know
I
how
tell
much
you
you
what.
hate him.
Just because whoever gave that question, I'm not even gonna go on the rant. I'm gonna tell you the best iteration of Chris Jericho, in my opinion, was when he was drunk on that flight with the AEW championship. There you go.
Oh, so Le Champion. He likes Le Champion.
No, in all honesty, in all gotta admit that was a good response. So that was a damn good response. And all seriousness, though, I would have to say when he debuted in WWE, Y2J.
Mm.
Once he went away with Fonzie and he started touring and he came back, he was ass.
Fonzie,
Sorry.
Happy Days. He had Richie and Chachi with him too.
Sorry, just saying. It'll be that way. I can tell you what the worst is. The worst is that fucking Y2J with the list.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you just took mine away, man. I was gonna say that's
shit.
my favorite.
Oh hell no!
You
That
just made the
shit was-
list.
Oh my god! It was that, and it was when he came back, and we had fucking 5 weeks of him coming out saying nothing on the mic, going like this to the crowd.
And then turning around and walking out.
That shit was awful.
And then when he was getting pumped up in the ring, and then he exit out the ring and just walk away.
I'm
What
not
was
gonna
his-
lie. One of my favorite ones.
Pain,
Nah,
Was it
one of my favorites. I like that one. But one of my favorites was in WCW when he was the man of 1,001 holds, and he would come out and cause when he was beefing with Dean Malenko, and he would literally say, and he had a list of every single hold. I was like, okay, that's actually pretty funny, and I didn't even like him like that in WCW. That was probably one of my favorites.
I think I like Chris Jericho the best because one, when they first unified the championships, right? And he's the first ever to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the only flower. That's the only flowers that he's ever getting from me. That's it. So be happy, Trey. I said something nice about your wrestler, all right?
Yeah, my wrestler, I didn't like him until he started beefing with Kenny.
I'm just saying.
In Japan, that's when I really liked him. But I did enjoy the list. I thought that was pretty funny because I liked his alliance with Kevin Owens. And then when Kevin Owens turned on him and they recreated the Shawn Michaels throwing Marty Jannetty through the glass
window. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did it with the picture. But
He did it. Nah, he did it with the TV.
Yeah, with the TV, I did like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
y'all crazy.
That's all we got for y'all tonight, man. Episode 117. Welcome back, Mr. Rant or Rant and Jay, whatever you go by now. Everybody, make sure y'all like and subscribe. We are at 91 subscribers, everybody.
Hey man,
so thank you to everybody that has been. Thank you to everybody that has been subscribing to us. We're trying to get to 100. I don't know if we're gonna do a celebration about that, but we want to get to 100.
Nah. Just
tell a friend. Might do a small one on IG or something. But yeah, follow us.
I'm gonna do a small watch along.
No, not a watch along. Not a watch along.
I'm back.
Speaking of, I might do a watch along on Saturday.
Whoa.
We gonna cut the shit. I might do one on Saturday for All Out.
Hold on. You back for how long? Because you take more breaks than Roman Reigns.
Wow. You gonna do me like that? You gonna do me like that?
I told Trey I was coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we actually might have Jay consistently on Fridays because you know why? It's fall season. The lake about to be closed.
Oh, you throwing shots? Okay. All right, you throwing shots. All right.
But it's football. Football season is in prime time.
It's all love. It's all love.
All good.
All right, man. Y'all go ahead and sign out, man.
I haven't been here in a minute, so I need to see y'all do it so I can remember.
Go ahead, Trey.
All right, everybody. This is your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Friday Night Trey, aka Trey is all elite. Yeah.
Hey, This your boy Jay, Rant Jay, aka Friday Night Jay, aka I'm back for today. Jay, we'll see how next week goes, Jay. But you never know, Jay.
This JD, bye.
All right, peace, y'all.